taking a little trip down culinary memory lane for me. Years ago, before I got on the freshy fresh, doing the raw thing train, I was obsessed with this creamy poppy seed dressing I was buying at the store. I just put it on everything. I had it on salads like almost every night for weeks and weeks on end. And eventually, I took a look at what was on the label, and it was like soybean oil and high fructose corn syrup and preservatives and just like nothing that I wanted to be eating. So I quit that, and now, years later, here I am, and I'm realizing that I have the power to recreate these things that I loved so well with different positive ingredients that are going to have a beneficial nutritional impact as opposed to a deleterious one. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to be taking a crack at making a poppy seed dressing that will be creamy and sweet and delectable. And I'm going to be pairing it with one of the most awesome fruits that summer has to offer, which is peaches. I love peaches, and it's just a whole kind of topic unto itself, and so we'll probably do another show about that later. But suffice it to say, something you should know is peaches are commonly in the dirty dozen, so it's super important to make sure that you're getting organic ones to minimize that amount of pesticides that you're ingesting. Other than that, there's a whole variety of them that you can try. They're coming up with new varieties all the time. The ones that we're going to be using today are white peaches, and they smell divine. They smell like a bouquet of roses, and they have this beautiful blush. They're absolutely delicious. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to be having our poppy seed dressing and our peaches with a salad of arugula and fennel. Oh, that sounds really good. Let's go in the kitchen. Since last episode's recipe was so darn complicated, we're going to be keeping it simple on this one. Basically, we're just going to show you how to make a wonderful, sweet, delicious, and creamy dressing. That's what we're going to do right now.
For creamy poppy seed dressing, you will need 1 cup coconut meat, 1/2 cup coconut water, 1/4 cup apple cider vinegar, 1/4 cup agave syrup, 2 tablespoons white onion, 1 tablespoon mustard, 1 tablespoon poppy seeds, and a dash of sea salt. For the salad, 4 cups arugula, 1 large peach, 1/2 cup thinly sliced fennel, and pecans to garnish.
The first thing that we're going to do is open up our baby coconut. Some of you may have seen me do this before, but it's one of my favorite kitchen tricks, and I just can't resist doing it again. The first thing that you do is shave the top down with your heavy-handled knife that you don't mind busting up a little bit. If you don't have access to young coconuts where you are, you can substitute soaked raw cashews for the coconut meat. So as you can see, I'm just exposing this like inner shell right here, shaving off the white husk, shaving off the husky part. And then all you do is take the back of your knife and just give it a little tap, tap, tap. And when it starts to spray you just a little bit, then you've probably cracked it open sufficiently. And it'll just open up like so. What you're going to do now is pour off your delicious coconut water and reserve it, or drink some of it. It's a wonderful drink, one of my favorites. Everything's my favorite lately. I'm so happy when it's the summer. I'm going to get a container to pour this into. With your coconut open, you're ready to just go ahead and scrape out the delicious meat. All you need is a regular spoon, and the meat comes out very easily like so. Young coconut that I opened up was very immature, and that sometimes happens with young coconuts. They just vary widely in how mature they are and how much meat they have inside. So I only got about 1/2 cup out of it, maybe like 3/4 of a cup. So I could use a little bit more. I opened up a second one, and here's some meat from that second young coconut. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker, more substantial, and also when you have a more mature young coconut, sometimes you're going to get these kind of little barky flakes that stick to the meat. And you can either kind of peel them off with your hands, or sometimes you can use a sharp knife to just kind of delicately cut them away, and then your coconut meat is ready to use. With your young coconut meat all nice and cleaned up, you're ready to go ahead and just put everything into your blender. Like so. Your chopped onion, young coconut water, apple cider vinegar, your mustard, agave syrup, your sea salt. With these ingredients in your blender, you're ready to go ahead and blend it. I'm not going to add the poppy seeds right now because I don't want them to be totally pulverized and turn it kind of a sad gray color. We want them to be kind of distinctive and maintain their poppy integrity. You may be thinking at this point, gosh, this is going to make several cups of dressing. And it's true. The reason I'm doing that is that it's kind of hard to make just like half a cup of dressing. It's hard for your blender to kind of really like emulsify and blend everything together neatly. So we're just going to make enough for now and some to enjoy later. So it may take a couple minutes of blending, but once your dressing has reached a nice, smooth, and pleasant consistency, like this one right here, you can see it's nice and smooth, creamy but not too thick. You are ready to add the poppy seeds. There you have it. This dressing is so good it deserves to be put into a fancy decanter, but instead I'm going to pour it into this cleaned out container that once held salsa. We're bringing the realness on this show. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. And also I got a little bit of dressing on my shirt as I was blending it. We have a little blending related mishap, wardrobe malfunction thing going on here. That's how we roll. Don't hold back here. Once you have your dressing in your little container, you can just set it aside while you put your salads together. I've gone ahead and assembled my salad. As you can see, it has some pecans on it. You know, I like pecans a lot. Maybe I would have used pine nuts instead. Those would also be good. You can use any nuts that tickle your fancy. It also has arugula and thinly shaved fennel. Fennel is such a wonderful thing. You see it around here just growing on the side of the road and being neglected and ignored in the supermarkets. For how delicious it tastes, it's a very underutilized thing. It adds a beautiful burst of fresh, distinctive, licoricey, but don't let that put you off, flavor. And I like it a whole lot. Also, we have our beautiful thinly sliced white peach, which is just so wonderful. It's in season, it's happening. I'm all about peaches right now. It has this wonderful aroma. It's like a bouquet of roses delivered to you on a bower of sunshine. It's just wonderful. Super excited about it. It's nothing to sneeze at. Anyway, the final step is to add some of our homemade, delicious poppy seed dressing to the whole affair, and then it's eaten time. Peep the salady goodness, y'all! This is a delicious little number. I really hope you will take this for a spin. The dressing is quite remarkably delicious, and it really makes salad fun again. And after all, if summer is about one thing to me, it's about fun. And maybe peaches.